In the previous video, we went over day 1 of 100 Days Survival in Hardcore Minecraft, and it set the stage for a monumental task for my editing and gaming abilities. I'm gonna be completely honest here. This is the biggest endeavor I've ever done to make content on this platform, and I'm more or less winging it the entire time up until we actually start with the day editors and I start reading off of the stuff that I wrote down. So I'm pretty certain you're chomping at the bit to just get with this video. So without further ado, let's get in to day 2. Here we are, day 2. Found another village while wandering around, stole a bunch of their stuff, and made some bread. While wandering around, I found 2 temples that were right next to each other, at least in visual distance, but I had no tools, so I have to find a biome with wood. I ended up sleeping on a hill after I found the temples because I ran out of time to go search for wood. Day 3, after wandering around for a little bit, finding some melons, I came to what would eventually be my base camp area, and I found wood. Yay! So I immediately started gathering that wood and making tools and a shelter. Ugly, but functional. Made a mine to get some stone tools, and I almost let it get too dark. So I slept. Day 4 was me basically burning the environment to get coal for torches and writing down notes to go off of so I don't forget what I'm talking about. It happens a lot. So I made a few torches and lit up the house and went to bed. Pretty boring day. Day 5. Hopefully nothing too ambitious happens. I don't have pants on. And it feels weird. So I started looking for iron to finish my fit. I found nothing at first, but then I found a dripstone cave with iron in the walls. Sweet. I was threatened by the locals, but I didn't let them keep the iron. While my legally obtained iron was smelting, I used that extra ingot that I had in my chest to make a stone cutter. That way I could keep building my property. Day 6, I needed more coal. Otherwise, I couldn't smelt my iron. Plus, I needed more torches. I get uncomfy when I have less than 35 or so. I kept mining, but I found only diorite and copper. Gross. But I eventually found some coal. However, I had to fight a skeleton for it, but it was worth it. After that, I decided to come back up and noticed it was still nighttime, so I figured I would make my mine area a little more comfy and wait for day. Day 7, I realized I spent a little too much time down there in the mine, and it was about halfway through the day, so I just spent the rest of it building another level to the base. Obviously, I'm not really following any sort of building structure. I don't really have a plan for what I'm doing. I'm more or less just winging it the whole time. But unpreparedness aside, I have another level to my base to do whatever I so choose with it. Day 8, I made a better bridge and started clearing the forest around the mine. Nothing too interesting, just a bunch of safety. I don't want to have any monsters spawning around my area. Oh yeah, I also moved the bed upstairs, 'cause why not? Day 9, I made window cutouts for the upper level. I really need to put glass in these things. But I saw pillagers in the distance. Fun. I collected more tree debris and lit up the area so no monsters could spawn there ever. After that, I wanted to get more coal and loot, so I want to go to that mountain in the morning. On my way to the mountain, day 10, now in search of precious coal. I climbed some trees to see if I could find anything. And I did. A ruined portal. I decided to get a little distracted and see what kind of loot that I could get from it, and upon approaching the portal, I saw that it was a lot bigger than most ruined portals that I've seen. I don't know if it's a Java thing, or if it's just weird. Other than that, nothing too interesting. Got to the mountain, big hole at the bottom, and lots of coal at the peak, so I was good to go. Day 11, I wanted to explore my land and see if there was any more goodies hiding in or around the forest. So I just picked a direction and started exploring, with no real plan in my head, I just wandered around, not really being productive, but enjoying the process. I did find some more coal, and then it started raining. Found another hill and decided to see what was on it. Looked at the top, and there was a bunch of pumpkins and more resources. Satisfied with my plunders and my exploration, I decided to just go home and go to bed. Hello, me from the future here. Please excuse the interruption, but I want to talk to you about the channel. You see, I'm trying to get more content out and trying different ways of editing said content. So if you like this way of editing to where there is a bunch of voiceover and some gameplay snippets versus regular gameplay to where you see more of the game and less voiceover, let me know in the comments. And if you would, I would be very grateful if you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future uploads. Now, back to the show. Did more mining and resource gathering on day 12 and explored a few more caves. Found some more coal, more iron, but got a little bit careless and fell into more cave. Panicked a bit, mined some more, and found my way out just in time for bed. Which is a good thing too, because I only had just those 21 torches left, so if I wanted to go mining or exploring, I would have had to make some more anyways. I pondered what to do for a bit on day 13, and decided it was time for a farm. Gathered a lot of wood, and spent basically the whole day making sure I won't need any more stuff to streamline the process. Day 14, time to flatten my land a bit and make room for a wall in the future. This is hardcore. If Luke the Notable has taught me anything, it's the simple fact that I will eventually need a wall. Made a bunch of fences for livestock and got to work setting up the new homes for willing residents. Day 15, I used the dirt that I cleared to expand my shoreline for farmland, and for some reason, I made a dirt retaining wall. I don't know, I just thought it was a good idea at the time. I used the gold hoe I got from that ruined portal on day 10 to farmify the soil, and that took longer than I wanted it to, so it's now bedtime. Day 16 did not want to load onto the editor, no matter how much I tried, so I'm just going to read the notes. I lured some sheep into their new home, and found some cows and chickens and did the same. Surprisingly, the chickens were the easiest. After that, I planted the rest of the seed, and then I went to bed early. Forgot to start recording on day 17, so half the day is gone, but I'm looking for goodies. Iron, gold, lapis, diamonds, all of it. Except copper. That stuff can stay there. After mining for a little bit, I broke into a big dripstone cave, and I was excited and terrified at the same time. My last attempt at 100 days survival in hardcore ended in one of those dripstone caves, so I just have to be a lot more careful and more methodical. Looking around, I found a pretty decent amount of iron, and ended the day with an amethyst geode. Stayed down in the cave until day 18, and I eventually found a mine shaft. This could be huge. Not even 10 blocks in, and there's another amethyst geode. This is awesome. Moving into the mine, there was a cave spider spawner right there. Yay. I eventually got down to 2 hearts from one of those spiders, so I was panicking a bit. And unfortunately, this shaft was basically a bust. Not one single chest. Just some iron, so I guess it's not completely wasted time. I made my way back to the base just in time for day 19. So I spent the whole day making another level to the base, moved the bed upstairs, and slept in an empty room, bachelor style. Day 20, I realize I need to organize my stuff. It's getting out of hand. I need a specific chest for wood, stone, food, goodies, the works. After the organization was done, I wanted to do something that's been needing to happen. Windows! Grabbed sand and waited for it to smelt. Placed the windows and breathed a sigh of relief, knowing I don't have to deal with the bugs anymore! Day 21 was an interesting start. I lost my cursor for a bit, but I found it again once I switched from full screen to windowed mode. I don't know why that fixed it, but it did. I harvested and replanted the wheat that I had, and then I used the rest for the chickens. Fed the other livestock too. Don't worry, third sheep. You'll be inbreeding soon enough. Once I was done with that, it was time to prepare for another big adventure. And I know you saw how long the video was. That's right. Obviously, I did not come home from this adventure. Day 22. I left markers for me to follow back, and made my way to a large mountain cave, mined some iron and coal, and eventually found a much bigger cave, and something was telling me not to go down there. Huh. But I did not listen to my instinct, and I went down anyway. I started panic placing torches to get the area lit up as fast as possible. I got sloppy evading a creeper, or several, and I'm not joking there either. I evaded at least 3 or 4 of them, and then the fateful moment that would end my journey. I tried to swim away from this creeper, but I got stuck on the wall and died. So no, I could not survive 100 days in Minecraft Hardcore. While I could not survive 100 days in Hardcore Minecraft, I had fun, and that's all that matters in these kinds of games. I may try this again, but not immediately. The amount of work that went into this particular video has been insane. Don't let the length of the video fool you. I've been sitting in a chair editing this voiceover and all of these clips and edits for the better part of 4 hours, trying to make sure everything is just right. So thank you for watching this 100 Days Minecraft Hardcore Survival attempt. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making this video, and I will see you next time.